Welcome to the Board of Directors of the Iowa Soybean Association. This 21-member board is elected by nearly 40,000 soybean farmers in Iowa. You're joining an organization that began in 1964 when soybeans were a relatively new crop in Iowa, and now 50 years later they're grown on nearly 10 million acres in Iowa and one of the largest agricultural exports in the U.S. The Iowa Soybean Association board is unique as it's a unified board, meaning that one board serves as both the association board, which focuses on policy and membership, and also serves as the checkoff board, serving as stewards for the nearly $12 million in checkoff that's collected every year from Iowa soybean growers. The Iowa Soybean Association is known as one of the most innovative and aggressive commodity organizations, especially with respect to research, environmental programs, consumer education, and marketing. You will have an opportunity to provide leadership on many of these programs in your career with the Iowa Soybean Association. Again, congratulations on being elected to the board, and let's review a few of the most frequently asked questions by new board members. What kind of time commitment can I plan for as a new board member of the Iowa Soybean Association? During every board meeting, each of the 4 committees will meet before the board meets as a whole. The 4 committees are Public Affairs, Supply, Demand, and Information and Education. Each ISA board member serves on 2 of the above committees. Each September, the new president will make committee assignments. There are lots of opportunities to get involved in Iowa Soybean Association on a variety of levels, so let's listen to Tom Oswald. He's an ISA director from Cleghorn, Iowa, and he'll tell you more about how to get involved in Iowa Soybean Association activities.
Like a lot of things, it's how much time you commit's a function of how you're wired and how much you dig into things. For the most part, you're going to have a certain element of homework. Homework's important, the backstory reading. And then as time goes along, you're going to find a certain passion in various areas. We have so many areas. And what really happens is it becomes part of your life. And as that progresses, you'll find yourself out in the field, you'll be working on something, and then you'll think about an issue, or you'll think about an issue that needs to be discussed. And it's just one of those things that every day, a little bit here and there, you have a bit of ISA in your blood.
What about my spouse? Will they be able to participate in some of the activities? Yes, here at ISA, spouses are included in many activities. We're very much a family-focused organization. But what I'd like for you to do is listen to Cindy Kemp, whose husband serves on the ISA board, and she can tell you more about what the spouses can expect.
The best advice I could give a spouse would be to learn as much as they can about the soybean industry and about farming so that they can be a good ambassador for the soybean industry and the Soybean Association as well as their husband. There are so many people who are misinformed or just don't know what soybeans do and how important soybeans are to our economy in the United States and around the world, that you need to know and you need to be informed and you need to be knowledgeable.
Board books will be loaded onto your ISA-issued computer. All agendas and supporting documents, as well as budgets and financial information, will be loaded onto board books prior to a board meeting. You will receive an email making you aware that documents are ready to view. A module dedicated to financial information, as well as training on board books, will be offered in a future module. Here is Dean Coleman giving you advice on how he prepares for a board meeting.
The agenda will be uploaded to the board books, which is the electronic way we transmit all the stuff that will go on at the board meeting. The agenda will be there up to 2 weeks ahead of the board meeting, so if you allow yourself plenty of time to digest what's on there, start early. That'll give you time to read it. You'll have time to think about what's on there and kind of formulate some questions that you may have. That way you've got time to ask staff or other board members if you've got questions. It's best to start early, because when you are not doing it that far ahead, if you just read it the night before, you're just not going to be prepared as you could be.
You will also be assigned a mentor that is an experienced ISA board member. This mentor is assigned to answer questions and concerns you may have along the way in your first year. In addition, depend on staff. Ask them questions. They're at your disposal.
I think it's important that as new members come on, that they understand that they're bringing a fresh perspective to Soybean, and with that fresh perspective, it allows their fellow directors to maybe look at issues at a different light, and with that, possibly formulate a different outcome to the solution.
To ensure a smooth transition into the Iowa Soybean Association, we have videos from Brian Kemp and from John Heistorfer, who are both experienced board members who can tell you a little bit about what to expect and what helped them as they became new Iowa Soybean Association board members.
The Iowa Soybean Association is a very large organization. The association is involved in a number of issues and activities and programs. I would suggest or recommend that a new board member get involved with programs early in their career. Seek out the opportunities at the district level, the state level, at the national level, so you get a better understanding of the breadth of the organization. And I'd certainly encourage a new board member to seek out advice and counsel from veteran board members. If you have a question, don't hesitate to approach one of the board members who's had more experience on the board. And I also encourage you to just become heavily involved early and enjoy your career on the Iowa Soybean Association board.
Well, I think the biggest thing would be don't be afraid to ask questions, because there's going to be at least 2 or 3 other directors around the table that would ask that same question, but they're afraid to also.
When I came on the board, I was totally blown away by all the good things that Iowa Soybean is doing. I knew they did good things before, but the many things that most farmers have no idea that they're doing was a great surprise to me. I am so proud of what Iowa Soybean does. They do great things for the individual producer, and it affected me in a way that made me a better person, I think, and made me more aware of the world around me and the responsibility that I have as a farmer. It made me a better farmer because it gave me a deeper sense of the responsibility I do have to the world and those that I'm feeding and fueling. The whole experience has been fantastic. I think if I was going to give one piece of advice, I would suggest that a board member dig in with enthusiasm and look forward to a great ride, because he's going to learn a lot.
Congratulations again on being elected to the ISA Board of Directors. ISA leadership has a rich history. ISA's farmer leaders have been willing to make investments that have greatly impacted the soybean markets we enjoy today. Because of the vision and leadership of those who came before you, the future of soybeans both in production and demand is exciting. Many opportunities lie ahead. Prepare yourself, ask questions, and enjoy the ride.